Smackdown, Smackdown, Smackdown. Were you really ever anything better than Raw from last night? To what I wonder. Was there some returns tonight? Yes. One I am 50-50 on right now. And I got many mixed opinions of it, and I'll get into that. But was this better than Raw being in Providence, Rhode Island, huh? Providence. The road to Rhode Island. And could have been better than Raw? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see and find out. One thing I will say before anything else, Money in the Bank. Make sure you check out my review to Money in the Bank that is posted up right now if you get the chance. A lot of things going down as I talk about the show. Kick it off with that, Money in the Bank. G-Unit. I'm sure you all know that song. And everything else that to do with Money in the Bank. Or check out my Raw review from last night. And why this show makes no sense. Even though it was like maybe 2 good parts on there. But getting into SmackDown tonight, before anything even began, Shane McMahon was backstage as Elias came in, apologized on what happened last Sunday at Money in the Bank. And, everything was a blur because of performance. He said the McMahon family deserved better. And he wanted to be in Shane's corner at the Super Showdown. Excuse me. At the Super Showdown. But Shane says, no, he has Drew, but I'm going to be in your corner tonight when you face against Roman Reigns again. So we're going to see the match from last Sunday, even though it was 10 seconds. Let's do it again for some odd reason. No one doesn't really want to see this match, but Elias said he was going to wait for Roman Reigns outside to arrive to the building. But as we kicked off the show then, this was supposed to be the big return of Big E, who has been gone for about, 6 weeks, if I believe, because of his knee, if I remember. And they had Kofi and Woods come out, which they had, hyped Big E's return. They had him in a giant black sheet, and next thing you know, it was not Big E. It was some motherfucker that was pretty much way skinnier than him. And they pretty much says, you look like Big E thrown in the dryer, huh? And your knees he said his knees was really ashy. So this was just some other dude that looked way skinnier than Big E, okay? And his gear was too big. And they said, Kofi said, get your ass out of here, okay? Get out. You gotta go. And since they got rid of the fake Big E, pretty much, the real Big E came out, and, he did his whole, oh, don't you dare be sour, his whole routine there. And as the New Day were in the ring, there was a lot of gifts around and stuff. They had the whole ring set up with a welcome back Big E. As Big E pretty much, he got a big reaction out there. And he smelled Kofi for some reason. The title's still there. And, smelled Woods' hair. It smells great. I don't know what he smelled his hair for. But ever since Big E has been gone for a minute, Woods Freeman says he's been on fire on Twitter. And listen, if you look up Big E's Twitter ever since he's been out, this dude is like the ultimate troll artist, or just funny in general, or just comes up with the greatest stuff on Twitter. It's so many things I could say on there. To what he said, it's hilarious. He was just about the 24/7 rule, or box office last night with Paul Heyman said. And he said it sounded like a strip club. But since all Big E has been doing is just going at anything on Twitter and just going nuts on there, and Big E was going to tweet something right now, Woods pretty much saying that Becky's mom is taken, and he's always just saying like, but I want her. Yes, she's fine, as Woods said. And I when I saw that like there was a big thing about that he kept going on. And I'm surprised they even addressed this. So yeah, Big E he wants to fuck Becky Lynch's mom. Is she that great? Is she that fine? I don't know. Maybe I should have saw that Becky documentary, because I only saw a little of it after Money in the Bank. But just Big E just doing this. This dude, I think it was like a week or two ago, this guy is singing Mark Henry's theme song, the Sexual Chocolate version, and it's about Becky Lynch's mom. And this dude really wants a piece of that. He really does for some reason. But Kofi said, you guys need to chill. I need to be a serious champion out here. Let's we know she's fine, okay? But let's get back to the business at hand here. But, as Kofi talked about, Brock Lesnar winning the Money in the Bank last Sunday, which he got boos. Woods pretty much said that Kofi would manage to beat Kevin Owens last Sunday, and as they laughed, and he's retained WWE Champion chip. Kevin Owens came out, then Sami Zayn, because he had a match against Kofi tonight, as Sami Zayn said that Big E didn't deserve a party just for being out for 6 weeks. I was gone for 9 months, but what did I get? I got nothing, okay? Nothing, but you get a big party, though. But Big E said, they're going to give him the same thing Kevin Owens gave you on Sunday, huh? What Kevin Owens got on Sunday? Nothing. Nothing, if you get that joke. Kevin Owens pretty much left and never said anything, as Sami Zayn pretty much, he's the only reason why Owens didn't beat him in 5 minutes flat, because he was distracted, by his best friend being hung upside down and everything after what happened Sunday. Zayn pretty much said that the crowd is toxic, and, the New Day has created a toxic culture around here. As Woods pretty much, kept interrupting him with the trombone as Sammy kept talking. He tried to tell them to shut up. He's going to beat Kofi tonight and prove that he's a flash in the pan that these people just listen to, because all he does is throw pancakes and swivels his hips, and it's a joke. But as Kofi pretty much says, don't let the pancakes and hip swiveling fool you, okay? Because when it's time to throw down, he's gonna throw down, okay? And pretty much that's if he got in his way, he's gonna go right through him. So that pretty much ended the segment right there. I will admit it was pretty funny with Big E. Big E is just hilarious, okay? The guy is funny, I will say that, and the whole Becky Lynch mom joke thing. But him just doing the most extra stuff out there was hilarious. And as all three of them, they gotta do a whole bunch of funny stuff, do nothing and jokes out there, and everything. But what happens, like I said, the segment wasn't bad, and they just kind of kept going at Sami Zayn, so it was pretty funny. Next thing you know, Carmella, I guess, was headed to the ring. She had a match tonight against Mandy Rose, but next thing you know, she ran into Rockstar Spud, who had these missing signs for R-Truth for that the 24/7 title, folks. That green belt that looked like it was made from WWE 2K19 title creator. And, Cruz was saying, I haven't seen Truth, but if you see him, just know I'm looking for him. R-Truth was in a costume with pretty much a blonde wig on. Pretty much, oh, man, you can see me. I'm trying to evade everybody. So Carmella was going to help, since, she's the one that hangs with Truth. I guess they were going to come up with a disguise for him, or something that was going to be going on. I will say this 24/7, man. I've already said before, you're going to hear a lot more segments. You're going to see a lot more segments with this 24/7 belt, even though I'm just calling it the hardcore title. But like I said before, it's PG. They don't want to call it the hardcore championship, or bring back the original hardcore champion, which was, I said it before, I enjoyed any attitude era. I thought it was hilarious that anybody could become the champion through that belt. There's been so many champions, especially synonymous with Crash Holly. It's insane, and I've always enjoyed the belt. It's funny, I found this somewhere around here. Instead of bringing the green belt back, we all know what the hardcore title bet looks like, but I just found this lying around somewhere. I'm surprised I still have this thing. I remember having this thing years ago. I think I'm holding it. Yes, I'm holding it upside down backwards. But, yes, I think this is the belt that everyone wants back. It's not the real one I'm holding. And, wow, when I think this happened when Jack Pacific was still around. It says right here, I think it was in 05 or something this belt was made. But, just bringing that hardcore championship back, I'm sure a lot of people would love to see this belt back. I'm surprised I found this thing, though. I really am. But, hey, I found it, though. But since he was in disguise, next thing you know was Andrade Cien Almas versus Mustafa Ali, which I thought was a very good match. I will say that. Both of these guys are beat up from Sunday at Money in the Bank. You can see the tape on them. Mustafa Ali pretty much took a beating out here, if you ask me, from, Almas throwing him over the barricade, crashing to him outside. Well, mostly focusing on his back, even here with like a Three Amigos. Just really going at the guy out there. I did like when Ali threw him, of course, tranquilo pose, Senayo, folks, ingobernable de Japón, or ingobernable, whatever you want to call it with that. It got a little bit weird at the end, because, pretty much Ali got up before the 10 count, but Almas hit him with the double knees to the back of his head on the ground. Ali still kicked up, which looked kind of awkward, but he rose up. He was going to go for the hammerlock DDT, but I guess Ali was trying to go for a roll-up. It didn't look like a roll-up. It looked kind of slow when it happened. It looked like he just kind of climbed on Almas's leg and pushed him back and just kind of got the pin. It didn't look like he rolled him up all the way. It was I know it's supposed to be like a surprise victory, but actually thought Almas was going to kick out, because you could like see him and he just kind of just picks up his leg, and I thought it was even a pin. It didn't look like he even rolled him over all the way. He just kind of happened to just roll into him. That's all he did. He just kind of like pushed into him, and that was the pinfall. So I thought the finish was a little bit weird. It wasn't a bad match or anything, but it's a little weird. And I know they're trying to build into the whole, Saudi Arabia, blood money, whatever you want to call it, show. Shouldn't Almas be winning since he has a title shot against Finn Balor pretty soon, for the Intercontinental Championship, but because I didn't really expect him to lose here. But hey, 50-50 booking next week, so I'm sure it'll be that. Mandy Rose came out as, I guess, she was about to go against Carmella, who Carmella pretty much had, which I will say at least Carmella is just still good out there after what even happened on Sunday with the whole kicked into the ladder thing with her knee. It's good that she's still okay. I think she just probably had it taped up, but Carmella is able to still go out there, who had Truth dressed as Carmella. Sonya Deville tried to get involved, but as the match pretty much went on, pretty much the Jobber Squad and Cruiserweights from 205 Live were out there trying to get the 24/7 title from our Truth, which Truth pretty much held Carmella on her back and, picked up Carmella and, pretty much, piggybacking her, just running with her as, people like the B-Team and Brian Kendrick, Spanky, or whatever you want to call them, Jinder, Spud, Apollo Crews, Noam Dar, pretty much the undercard job squad, or people you don't really see on 205 Live, are out there chasing our Truth. I thought it was kind of funny. They just kind of jumped the barricade and everybody was chasing them all the way to the back then. Because even when they were still running, they ran to the women's locker room, but then they ran again, and then they were all chasing them, the B-Team and everybody, which, just like last night, Rockstar Spud there was the last one, couldn't keep up with the signs, as Sami Zayn just kind of looked on very confused, just like Bobby Lashley and Baron Corbin last night, who didn't really seem to care about that title themselves, as Sami just kind of looked like, what was that, and just walked off getting ready for his match. So, like I said, you're going to see a lot of these segments for this 24/7 Hardcore title. Could it work like the original Hardcore Championship when they used to defend it all over the place in airports and fun houses and hotel rooms? Maybe. I enjoyed it back then. Could it work now? I don't know. But I did get a chuckle of R-Truth piggybacking Carmella all the way to the back. And the chase is on for Truth. So, hey, man, this man was a Hardcore Champion before. So, I'm sure he knows well about the 24/7 rule. I think Matt Hardy was running too. I forgot. I saw Matt Hardy running also. But pretty much after that, Kayla Braxton interviewed Bayley as she talked about her night, which I felt like there were people booing out there when she came on screen. Like, I heard some boos. I don't know why. I thought it was more. I'd say it was more boos than cheers, but I felt like almost like a negative reaction for some odd reason. But, Bayley said she would do it all over again. She is the champion. All the people that doubted me, I've proved them wrong. Because she's now moved past the hugs. And now she wants the competition, to bring their best now if they want to face her for the Women's Championship. Elias was still outside with his guitar, waiting for Roman Reigns. Kofi Kingston went against Sami Zayn. Wasn't really that bad of a match. Kofi ended up winning with the Trouble in Paradise. But pretty much right after, Paul Heyman came out with the Money in the Bank briefcase, and I'm like, okay, is this gonna be a cash-in? Is Brock actually on Smackdown for once in a while? I don't know, but Heyman pretty much, was just, gonna open the briefcase, and I thought something was gonna happen. I'm thinking Brock's about to attack from behind, but what do you see next? Dolph Ziggler, which I'm still surprised he's in this company. We have not seen him since, Royal Rumble earlier this year when he was like number 29 or 30, if I'm not mistaken. when he was in the Rumble and disappeared after, he disappeared after Rumble for a multiple account of months, which he ended up attacking Kofi from behind, and he pulled him down, and, you know, pretty much, like, had him in, like, in a tree of woe, which looked kind of weird, and he kept trying to eye gouge him in. And as he kept beating up Kofi outside, threw him over the announce table, and he put a chair in his, you know, his head and neck and threw him to the side of the, you know, the announce table. Looked pretty brutal. He even stomped on the chair with Kofi's head still inside, which the referees and stuff had to pull him apart as they were pretty much putting up Kofi in the stretcher and everything. They tried to pull him to the back, but Kofi didn't want any help. He rather walked out on his own as people chanted New Day Rockstin'. So, Kofi just wanted to leave on his own willpower. Now, Dolph Ziggler. You know, I like Ziggler, but I'm so far gone on him at this point that I don't even know what to think about him. And that's just due to booking for what they've done to him for a multiple account of years now. That why should this guy get a WWE Championship? Which we're going to get to with his whole should have been me promo, by the way. Because I'm trying to see why does he need a title shot, and sometimes I wonder why Ziggler even signed this contract to begin with, and I'm sure some people are saying right now this man should have went to AEW or something, but I don't know, man. They must be paying Ziggler a lot, all right, but we're going to get to him in a second. Roman Reigns walking in the parking lot as Elias was on top of a truck then, pretty much singing for from, you know, top of the truck, saying it's going to be he's going to walk the big dog tonight. Lacey Evans and Charlotte came out, which I'm sure people are making many jokes of right now of how they look the same, or they're the blonde twins, or wherever they're going with this whole team. Well, by the way, wild card, I keep forgetting that. That's why Lacey Evans is on his show. Even Becky, since, you know, I remember wild card, even though she's the Raw Women's Champion, she might as well just be on Raw at this point. But Becky pretty much said, you know, it sucks not having my blue belt. But, listen, they never beat me for the title. They beat someone else, so she was glad it's Bayley. Bayley pretty much, you know, I like the sound of Bayley 2 belts. But Becky says, don't get ahead of yourself, because after this, I'm coming for you next. Got it? Pretty much Becky and Bayley came out. Not a bad tag match, I will say that. Ended up with Bayley pretty much going to roll up on Charlotte for the win. So I'm surprised they didn't pin Charlotte again out there with Bayley. But like I said, this girl will probably be 10-time champion soon enough. Not a bad match, though. I will say that. I don't know if it's going to lead into next, because I guess Becky may still be going after the title, but she's got to go through Lacey Evans right now. And I guess it's still going to be Charlotte versus Bayley. So I expect that to be on Raw and Smackdown. But, you know, knowing this company, they're going to do both shows anyways when they do this whole wild card rule. So we'll see where this goes, but I'm not really sure. Of course, the chase continues with Truth and Carmella as Jinder tried to attack behind, but he got out of there. The B team tried to do it, but Truth still escaped, fighting them off with Carmella, so they got out of there. Dolph Ziggler was being interviewed backstage, saying, "Why did you do that?" And he said, "I'm going to give an honest question and best deserved answer." Okay, Ziggler comes out and cut this promo, right? Why did he do it? Why did he attack Kofi Kingston? And he knows people would boo him and everything, and I would too. But he's talked about how when Mustafa Ali got hurt before the Elimination Chamber, and Kofi stepped up, you know, something, you know, he should have been in. And, you know, he's talking about Kofi. He ran the gauntlet, and, you know, it should have been me. It should have been me, which we'll get to that jokes in a minute. But he kept saying it should have been him, and, you know, he walked out of Elimination Chamber as a star, and, you know, he kept saying it should have been him. And at WrestleMania, he beat Daniel Bryan to be who's the better wrestler, and once again, it should have been me, as he kept saying. But Dolph said that, you know, Kofi continues to outperform his critics and, you know, expectations and everything, and he has earned the respect of the crowd, and that's why the people love him for it. But, you know, he beat down Kofi because he had to. And then next, you know, Dolph Ziggler, I know he's trying to be passionate in cutting his promo, but it's like he starts crying then for some reason, because I guess he's like, what? I got nothing left to lose, man, or something like that. And he starts kind of crying. He says, it should have been me. I should have been this. I should have been this. It should have been me. It should have been me. So I started laughing just because of Ziggler's reaction. Like, it should have been me. And what do you do? What do we do to give Dolph Ziggler a title shot? Which I don't know why he's even getting a title shot now. All he did was return one night and beat up Kofi. But we're just handing out title shots. That at Super Showdown, he will beat Kofi Kingston because he has to, and it's for some reason he has to beat him now for some reason, and he will get the love and respect from the crowd that he deserves, because it should have been me. It should have been me. It should have been me, as he could. It should have been me. And I just know people out there, and I just seen on Twitter, they are just sick of Dolph Ziggler at this point, wondering why he is still in the contract with these people, why he didn't go to AEW. I'm sure a lot of people are saying, why is he on TV in general? This man has been, what, many chances in the past to become champion? I don't understand when Ziggler wins the title half the time. Didn't he give up the U.S. title after he won it and didn't I remember it was like last year. He disappeared then, because he didn't know the status of his contract. And what does he do? He shows up at the Royal Rumble in number 30 and was already gone then. So I just don't even know what to say about Dolph Ziggler at this point. And I guess he's trying to be desperate with his whole it should have been me thing. And I know people have been having all ideas what they could have done way better, because Big E was attacked before Kofi came out, if people know. And he kept saying it was Owens. Could have been Big E pulling a ruse so they could reform Ziggler and Big E, because they were a team before, and Big E was as heavy at one point. Could Dolph Ziggler be on Kevin Owens' side with Sami Zayn? Could it have been a Money in the Bank cash in? Could they just have Brock beat up Kofi and then tease he was going to cash in and say, nah, not tonight? There could have been several ideas to how to do this. But no, for some reason, Dolph Ziggler wants a title shot because he says he deserves one, even though this man has not been seen in months. We're giving him a title shot anyway because Dolph Ziggler is here to earn his blood money paycheck at Saudi Arabia. So he must get the blood money. All right, all in all, blood money. That's blood money, folks. That's blood money. So it's like he has to get that blood money for some odd reason. But I don't even know what to say about Ziggler half the time. I honestly don't. I think the guy's good, but I don't know what else they're gonna do with him in this company. So it could have been several ways they could have found different to do this, but since the Saudi thing is like, what, in a couple weeks or a week or two or something, hey, you know what? We're just gonna randomly put Ziggler in a title shot at Saudi Arabia because he's got nothing better to do. And it should have been me. 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 I should have did this. I should be getting this. Why is Kofi getting this? I should be getting everything. So I just don't know. And I don't think a lot of people care too. It's like they want to care about Ziggler, but they don't. They didn't play this video package of Randy Orton and Triple H, which at first I don't know what they were going on, because we're going all the way back to 03 when Evolution was first formed with Triple H, you know, putting Orton, Batista, Ric Flair in there. I will say one thing, you know, it's a good thing Ric Flair has successful surgery, I believe, yesterday. So, good on him. I know he won't make it to StarCast, as they said, but, you know, his health come first at the end of the day. So I'm glad that, you know, he's good, and TMZ should stop fucking lying when they said, oh, he's dead, he's in grave danger, even though he was there for a planned procedure. Okay, he was there for a planned procedure, and I don't know if it was his heart or whatever it was. I know they said it was serious, but they say he don't wanted to do it now. He could have did it after StarCast, but hey, they did it now, and like I said, StarCast already having a lot of problems, but we're not going to go into that now. Like I said, it's good to see Flair's okay and everything. You know, Bobby makes a good recovery. But I'm seeing this video package with Triple H and Randy Orton, how Triple H put Randy Orton in Evolution to make him a star, and then a year later, when Randy Orton was the youngest world champion, we can't tell you who he beat, though, okay? We can never tell you who we beat. So we can't talk about Chris Benoit. And then it's like, you know, they kind of went through the years of what, Triple H kicking Randy Orton out of Evolution. And I remember that match in 2007. I mean, was it No Mercy or was it Bad Blood when, Triple H had to defend the title 3 times. I remember him going against Umaga. I don't know if it was Orton in the beginning. And then I think Randy Orton at the end of the show. And he won the WWE. Yeah, he won the WWE Championship. And then a triple threat match at WrestleMania 28 between Orton, Cena, and Triple H. And, you know, Triple H breaking into Randy's home, and that was a great segment, by the way. I remember that shit in 09. And then that bad match at WrestleMania 25 where it ended there. I don't know how this video package. It wasn't a bad video package, which, you know, it was for, you know, Saudi Arabia, because it's going to be Randy Orton versus Triple H. Well, does Triple H got to beat all his Evolution members now? Like, he beat Batista at WrestleMania, which I'm surprised he didn't come out as Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet, disintegrating Drax the Destroyer right there from the Guardians. So I'm surprised that didn't happen. But yeah, he beat Batista. What is he gonna do? He's gonna beat Orton next, or he's gonna have a match against Flair next. What was it? Triple H beats Evolution now, or what is the meaning of this match? Like, I don't. I know it's Saudi Arabia and they're just coming up with anything, but what is the meaning behind it? It wasn't a bad video package if you don't know Triple H and Randy Orton's history, but they've brawled with each other more and more. I'm surprised they didn't even put the authorities thing in their storyline. I don't know why they didn't even put that in. But I guess they wanted to end it after 25, because I swear they brawled more. I'm sure they were in multiple feuds still after, but what do I know? But hey, they had the Triple H and Randy Orton video package. Wasn't bad, but like I said, I guess for Saudi Arabia. Shane McMahon came out with Elias as he introduced him as SmackDown's biggest acquisition, who went against Roman Reigns. What do I really have to say about this match? Nothing much, other than it was at least a full-fledged match this time. Fans already started to boo at Roman once he came out, by the way. Of course, Shane got involved multiple times where he got a guitar and gave it to Elias, which pretty much when Randy Orton ended up spearing him, getting the win. Shane attacked after. Reigns had the guitar. And, you know, he hit Shane with a Superman punch. But next thing you know, Drew McIntyre came from out of nowhere and hit Reigns with a Claymore kick. No, yeah, he hit Reigns with a Claymore kick as Shane and Drew stood tall. So there you go. Elias, he continues to be super buried again. He gets beaten 10 seconds on Sunday. He gets beaten in the match with even Shane McMahon's help. Yes, he gets beat even with Shane McMahon's help. Where does Elias go through here? I don't know. Maybe he'll become the 24/7 champion for all I know. Anybody can win the championship, so that may be his next thing randomly. He's probably going to be playing his guitar somewhere one day, or maybe by next week, somewhere along the line, he'll hit someone with it and he'll win the title very easily. Where does Elias go? I don't know. He won't be in the Mean Street Posse 2.0, though. Why is McIntyre's heavy? Which I could already tell it's going to be another McIntyre versus Reign match. Listen, it wasn't that good at WrestleMania. It was okay like a few weeks ago, but dude, no one wants to see this match again, okay? But hey, Reigns versus Shane at Super Showdown. It's kind of nudie, people. That's canon in this show, so they're really trying to make storylines for this thing in the next week or two. It was on a Friday, I believe. Yeah, I think it's on a Friday. So hey, that's you know, Saudi Arabia, folks. But I don't know, man. SmackDown was just kind of whatever to me, I will say. The only things I could really say is what Big E return and Dolph Ziggler return in his, I guess, passionate promo, but start crying for some reason, saying it should have been me, I want everybody to know I'm still here. And I get a random title shot for beating up Kofi Kingston, so we're just handing these things out to anybody I see. But SmackDown, other than that, and, you know, 24/7 rule, shenanigans, hardcore belt going on, I don't know, it's not much I can say. Maybe Bayley and Becky and see where that's going to go with the titles and stuff. Or, I don't even know. But, yeah, that's SmackDown for you. So, at least it was something better than Raw and then drag on. And just that, I just don't know why they just don't. Just bring the hardcore title back. I don't even know anymore. So, that's my review of SmackDown. You guys tell me what you think about this show. Comment, subscribe, do what you want to do. Check out past videos. Follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. Whatever you want to go with this, just check out the show and tell me what you think about SmackDown. Smackdown. So I don't know what's going to happen next into this or what happens on Raw. I'm surprised the ratings for Raw even went up this week anyway. So, you know, there you go, folks. But I'm going to roll from here. Check out any past reviews, anything. I'm out. Peace. Keep it cool, whatever. I'm going to go check out whatever's next for Best of the Super Juniors or something. But, tranquilo, yo. Tranquilo, I send yo. Just wanted to say that. But I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.